Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So today we're going to talk about beef. Now, it's beef between Carl Froch and John Fury. So I'm going to play 2 clips and then I'm going to chop it up. So with no further ado.
Tyson Fury. I just want to read to you what he said and just see what you make of it. He said obviously he's beaten Klitschko, but he said it was a bit of a stinker and he's had 3 fights with Wilder. But how good was Deontay Wilder? He looked awful against Parker. Is Tyson Fury as good as we think he is, or was he flattered by lack of opposition? Now, it all seems sort of in a bit of hindsight that after somebody gets beat, then they're not good. But what do you make of them comments?
That just tells me what kind of a man Carl Froch is. A frigging shithouse. He knows better than that. But at the end of the day, they've got to discredit Tyson to make them look better. You know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, yes, Deontay Wilder was shot to pieces. It's only because of the hiding Tyson gave him. You know, and how can he say that, you know, Klitschko was a stinker when nobody else had beat him in 10 and 11 years? They don't know what they're talking about, these people. They should not even be commenting on champions of the world. He's been a champion of the world, but I'll tell you what, he's not a champion of the world man, is he? He's a first-class shithouse, wants to kick up the arse. And they'll get it off me, them to come round me. Men meet before mountains. You know, when they talk shit like that, it gets under my skin just because they want a few more viewing figures to a station. You know, he should kiss Tyson's boots, that bum.
I was just about to say, why do you think he seems to come under like fire or criticism when people talk about resumes?
Because they're frigging jealous, because they're nobody. They're just irrelevant people now. Let me tell you, in boxing, mate, people are only interested in current champions, men who's doing stuff today, who's getting in and fighting. No one wants to know about an has-been. And that's all these people are, has-beens. That's why when you see the Furies out of boxing, you'll never see us again. Because we don't hang around as has-beens. That's it. When we're out, we're gone. You know, but these men are clinging on to a job because they can't let go because they're unfulfilled, aren't they? Unfulfilled. But him, in my eyes, I don't even look at him anymore. He's a bum, isn't he?
Do you think
I'll tell him to his face, you're a bum, Carl Froch, and keep my son's name out your mouth because you ain't good enough to kiss his fucking ass.
World champions against 11 wins of world champions. I'm in the Hall of Fame for a reason. But again, I'm not here to discredit Tyson Fury. I'm asked questions by journalists. I give honest answers. You said that I should be kissing his arse. Kiss his fucking arse, you said. What am I going to kiss his arse for? And here lies the problem. Is it because I'm not kissing his arse that you're getting upset? Anybody that has any kind of constructive criticism against your son Tyson Fury gets shut down and switched off and potentially banned. Look at what's happening to TalkSport. Tyson and yourself don't want TalkSport at the fights anymore because we dare to question his credentials. Simon Jordan has had a go at his credentials and talked about his career. Not in a negative way, just in an honest way. And you ban people. You need to soften up. You're supposed to be thick-skinned, this big hard man, a fighting man on a hard road. You can't take criticism. For somebody who's so tough and hard, you're so thin-skinned. You need to toughen up.
He's also said, keep your son's name out of your mouth, and I want to tear his head off.
What is he now, Will Smith? Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Keep my son's name out your mouth. Listen, when I'm asked a question about your son, I will give an honest answer. Constructive criticism, nothing personal at all. Get over it, Big John. You're not about kicking me up the arse when you see me. You won't be kicking anybody. You won't come near me. You'll probably come and shake me hand, and I hope you do, because I ain't got any beef with you. But if you want to go down that road of threatening and being stupid and you're a big hard man, since you've been out the nick, you've not had a fight with anybody. I remember a guy called Mickey Theo. There's a couple of others as well. But Porky Russ, on Porky's Corner, put a big few banners up, didn't he, around Manchester for 18 months. An 18-month campaign calling you out to fight Mickey Theo for charity. You went silent. The big hard man, 100 hour on the hard road. The fighting man. Didn't want to fight. Didn't want any of that smoke. So, pipe down. So yeah, it's interesting because he did the interview on Boxing Social, and Boxing Social actually took the post down. It was down for a couple of hours. They edited it and then put it back on. So why Boxing Social taking clips down, editing it, chopping bits out, and then putting it back on? Who's had a word? It's very strange. Michael Benson, he's also done a tweet and then that got taken down as well. So I don't know. He's upsetting someone. He's been told, and he's had his wrist slapped. He's there with his Saudi Arabia T-shirt on, doing this interview on Boxing Social, and it's like, is he upsetting people over there? Has Tyson looked at it and thought, hang on a minute, you can't say that? Someone from management, someone higher has said, we don't like what you're saying, we don't like the way you're behaving, so let's edit it. So it's very, very strange. Listen, if you've got to say something about the Cobra and you want to put it on the Cobra, then put it on there and just be true to your word and leave it up there. Don't start taking it down and editing it, because, you know, we're all men, we've all got an opinion, and we can all take it on the chin, or can we? You're now calling out Mike Tyson.
Don't you worry about that. And if I'm wrong, me and you will fight straight after.
Yeah! Yeah, man! Yeah, me and the great man! Whatever the outcome, me and you will fight.
All day, baby.
Get on there, my brother.
What gives you, how big is your ego to call out Mike Tyson? What makes you think that you deserve to share the ring with an all-time great like Mike Tyson? You said you're a fighting man. I'll fight anybody. Now you're saying you won't fight anybody, but you'll fight Mike Tyson. It's ridiculous. So there's absolutely no beef, no agenda, no problems. Big John, can we go out for a pint of Guinness? A couple of pints of Guinness. Hug it out and be friends. I don't want to fall out with you. I don't want to fall out with anybody. I've said a few things about your son. You're defending your son. I get it. Right. Tyson Fury. Let me end it on a positive note. Tyson, I think, is on the slide. I said positive note, and I'm saying he's on the slide. But listen, he's in his 30s, mid-30s. He's slowing down. He used to throw 50, 60 feints around. He's now throwing 15 feints around. He's been dropped 5 times in his last 70 rounds. A few interesting stats for you. 4 there by Wilder. So he got dropped 4 times by Wilder, and he got dropped by Francis Ngannou. He went down really heavy, but he was on the floor to a guy making his pro debut. So we've got to question where Tyson Fury is with his career. Where is he with his mindset, his desire, his ability now physically going forward? Can he become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? We certainly hope so. We're going to find out in just over 2 weeks. Listen, I'd love it if he won the unification fight, the undisputed heavyweight title fight, because that keeps the belts in Britain, and that sets up an all-British affair, potentially with Anthony Joshua, potentially with another rising British stars who are coming through. You've got Daniel Dubois as well. I mean, it opens doors for British boxing. I've got nothing against Usyk. Usyk is brilliant. He's absolutely pure class. And if he wins, great. But I'm behind Tyson Fury, and there's no...
So from the first clip, we have John, and he's having a Boxing Social interview, and he's asked a few questions about Carl Froch. And typical as John does, he goes into a tirade. Now, to be fair, some of the things that John says are actually true, in the sense that people always like to give their opinion, and in a sense they are jealous because there has been. But in the same breath, the thing could be said about John, because John always hankers for the limelight and is always in the media spotlight. And now we all know John wants to be Tyson's trainer and get paid ridiculous amounts of money. So he always does whatever he can to get into the media spotlight. But the fact that he's defending his son, that's neither here nor there. That's just what a father does. But him threatening to beat up Carl, I didn't see the initial interview before it got edited. It's funny. So would John win in a fight versus Carl? Well, he's bigger and he knows how to fight dirty. So there is a good possibility he'd win, because street fighting's different than boxing. So, but anyway, Carl's tough. He's got that Polish grit. So you never know. And I don't know street fighter wise what Carl's like. So, and he can take a punch. He can take a lot of punches. We know that. He's got hardly no defense. Rob McCracken didn't really teach him good defense. He's just got that tough Polish head, so he he can take hits. But anyway, moving on to the next clip, we got Carl addressing John and addressing the matters of what John said and what he says about banning TalkSport, It's true. John does have thin skin, and he does get his nose bent out of shape. Same with Tyson. Whenever you have any criticism, people get banned. You know, they don't get interviews. You know, so forth, so forth. So, like to throw the toys out of the pram, the Furies, when you criticise them. Well, look at Paul True Geordie. True Geordie will never get another interview off Tyson, and he called him a baldy git, even though he's bald. That was actually a funny interview, that. But I'm glad True Geordie held him to account, because of late now, a lot of people are holding Tyson to account, because both him and his dad, they do talk a lot of faff and a lot of nonsense, and they get away with it. So, I think it's down to the bipolar stuff as well. But the dad has certain traits and says certain things where the son's inherited that from him. You can see it. So he just goes hand in hand in the way they are, ego-wise, and certain other things. But anyway, moving on to what Carl was saying about he won't do anything to him. That was funny, that he won't be doing anything. And then he said he mentioned the Mickey Theo thing, and about John swerving Mickey Theo, which is true. He has true. And his impersonations of Big John are pretty good, actually. Yeah, it reminds me a bit of YB. And Ty and Booth, when they do the impersonations, is funny. But anyway, I don't think Big John saying that, he's just drumming up interest, and I don't think he really wants it. But it kind of serves Carl right. His opinion kind of needles people a little bit too much. So I think he goes a bit too far with his opinion, because he's always got something to say. But he's another one that can't take it, because when Ty and Booth used to rip him,
Dominic,
he was asking Dominic Ingle for his address. Like he wanted to go around.
I've been seeing stuff about me and my missus.
And if you've seen the Ty and Booth video where Ty and Booth running past him, you can tell that he's sure that he's somebody that he knows that he should have a problem with, but he's not 100% sure. But it's funny though when Ty ran past him. Tyron's flipping, he's a genius at creating content out of nothing. It's just funny. But would Carl actually entertain Big John? Well, I think he would. I think he'd have it, but I don't know who would win. But like, your money will go on the younger man, but John's dirty. John knows how to street fight and how to do dirty things, so more than likely he'd beat John. But I don't even think John would actually have a fight with him. He's just bluster. That's how John is, and a lot of it is fighting in numbers, because they've got the whole family. So you're not going to beat all of the Furies, because there's too flipping many of them. It's like a flipping clan. So, and they're all big as well. So you need backup. And poor Carl, he's only got poor Rachel there to get done in. But anyway, moving back to the Vicky Theo comments, that is true. That's never been addressed. And back to the hard road stuff as well. That's true as well. So who knows anyway. But the beef's actually interesting, and it's good, I suppose, PR for the lead up to the Undisputed fight, and it gets people talking. Now, Johnny Nelson said that Tyson's legs have gone in another interview, and based off his performance of late, Carl saying that he's been dropped 5 times, and he didn't look so great in his last fight. So is Tyson on the slide, or is Tyson playing mind games? And if he is playing mind games, did the sparring go really as bad as what the reports and rumours are saying? And with Jay Opataya leaving, was that an indication of how bad things have been going? Who knows? But anyway, hopefully we have a decent bout and no excuses get made, and both fighters turn up and fight, because what Tyson was saying, he only needs 5 weeks to prepare. So we'll see, because that was what he said in the gloves are off interview. So tell me what your thoughts are on this beef. Like, comment and subscribe, and that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.